Hello and welcome to Stavanger, Norway. Situated in the southwest, the city is often referred to as the oil capital of the country, with the population booming in the 70s after discovering the oil. As we see the Norwegian Oil Museum, still a very key industry to the area today, as we also see the arena that is hosting the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship 2019. Denmark will play Japan in session 7 in Sørmarka Arena. I'm Sander Ølvåg and joined by curling expert Tabitha Peterson. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sander.
Let's meet the teams for Denmark. We have Martin Grönbæk and Kristine Grönbæk. Also coach Per Svensson as they take on Team Japan. Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi plays alongside Satsuki Fujisawa. J.D. Lind, the coach. And this is how the teams stack up in Group A so far. Canada, Denmark, Japan and Sweden all picking up a first win, as we saw Belarus, Hong Kong, Romania and Ukraine losing their first one by lots of games left in the group. And these are all the games to be played this afternoon. Croatia, Italy. Wales play France, Ukraine take on Canada, Czech Republic will play Nigeria, also China to play Australia. Our main focus will be on Denmark, Japan. And these are the rules of play. 2 players, 1 male, 1 female. We have 1 pre-position stone per team per end. 5 stones to be played per end as well. 8 ends and 22 minutes of thinking time for each team. So a player can either play stones 1 and 5, or you throw 2, 3 and 4. You can switch positions if you want to. No takeouts until the 4th stone played, and also teams have 1 power play per team. It's a bit of a different format to mixed doubles, but I'm sure we'll get you into it as we see the last stone draw. Denmark losing out. Japan picking up the advantage of last rock for the first end of this game. And we see the pre-position stones there. Denmark with the center guard. Japan has that yellow stone in the back of the forfeit, and that's how it looks before we even throw a first rock here. Kristine Grönbæk. Just looking for the freeze.
The freeze is the call here, I'm sure.
Or even
can put
top
a lot
4,
of pressure
T-line. Is there any?
The team with hammer if you make this first one really good. Right on the yellow stone there is where they want it, but it looks a little heavy. Japan sweeping it out.
Some very familiar faces of Team Japan. Satsuki Fujisawa, of course, skipping her women's team for many years. Very successful. And Yamaguchi on the sweep, swept so many rocks for his men's team. That of Team Morizumi. Finally made it to the Olympic Games in Pyeongchang after trying for a long time. And that draw finds its way to the tee line, just slightly over curling the guard.
Good weight though. It's good to hone in on the weight early.
Martin Grönbæk, 33 years old.
Bless. Okay. Det var bare lidt hurtigt. Og tiden? Kan du det? 94. Stille mig op, gætter mig. 1.
So Japan can hit this stone out now.
Yeah, sometimes a little confusing or hard to remember when you can hit. Usually what I do is just count up the rocks that are in play. If there's 5 rocks in play, then you're good to go.
That's what I have to do too.
Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi very quick up on his feet to sweep his own takeout here.
Nice little roll. Good shot. Good sweep.
Japan lies 3. A bit of a kinesiology tape on the arm for Yamaguchi. A lot of wear and tear throughout the curling season.
Now they're running this red one straight back. Over curled a little bit on them, but that's not a bad outcome. You open it up.
Japan looking to replace that guard. Not necessarily such an easy shot to make a guard when you have ice that's curling almost 5 feet and you're doing it by yourself.
Yep, having one less sweeper usually, and it's a little tricky with 2 versus 4 players sometimes to get the line as good as you want it.
This one seems to be slipping in just a bit deep for Yamaguchi. Ends up top 8. But Japan lies 4. Better chance to get some rocks moving here.
Yes.
Yes! Woo! Woo! Yes!
Well, gets 3 of them moving. Only 1 is removed from the house.
Yeah, he would have liked to get at least 2 of those out for sure. Japan's still sitting pretty good.
You don't get a lot of second chances in mixed doubles, it seems. As soon as you're in trouble, there's not a lot of time to tidy up.
Exactly. The games and the ends go by very quickly.
Considered the hit for a moment, Team Japan, but this looks like a draw.
Okay.
Perhaps putting this in a similar spot to the previous one. You get a really good look at the swing here, how the rocks really comes off the side. As the weight comes off of it, it really starts to move towards the center line.
Yeah, it's moving hard.
There we go, just an inch tucked in behind that red stone top 12. Again, Japan lies 4.
With the hammer.
Hvis nu falder for meget, så kan man eventuelt...
Nej, ikke er det plads til, men... Ja, okay. Så er det lige på. 8.
Ja!
That's exactly what you need for mixed doubles. You need that curl. Love to have that finish to wrap around the guards. And Denmark's down to just 1 rock.
Are they trying to double those 2 off? Looks like.
Seems to be.
Try to hold them to 3. They'd make a double here.
Do you throw it as hard as you can and leave it, or do you jump up and try and sweep it? We see both. No sweeping here. So they'll focus on the throw. But it is starting to curl.
It's curling. Ooh.
And
only removes 1.
Chance for Japan to draw. Score 4.
Just a full 8-foot draw here.
Please. heats. Køler mere meget end i går.
Well, they say mixed doubles is very much a drawing game, but
Nå, men så er det jo godt,
it seems quite important to be able to play those hits as well. To defend, or at least trying to bail out of ends as well.
Yeah, the bailing thing can be very important.
Okay.
They seem to like it.
No panic from Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi here, just keeping this one clean. As this Yellowstone will end up in the forefoot. That is 4 points for Japan. A big score, 4-0 lead after one end of play here in Stavanger.
Du skal ikke satse det hele, og bare skal ikke nu. 2, fint.
Det, der gik galt, var mit første indlæg. Og
今のラストの感じで投げたらちょっと遅そうだよね。
1投目が同じぐらいですかな。
結構した。
結構した。今のラストと同じぐらい。
ベース B よりちょっと外通ってる。
ウェイトはね、ジャスト。6、7。
いいよ。待って、ちょっと曲がってない。ちょっと曲がってない。お、待って、結構幅ある。結構幅ある。
ちょっと早いわ。
Second end underway. Japan is up by 4. This first rock from Fujisawa just slipping a bit deep, and that's kind of how the trouble started for Denmark in the first end.
Yeah, like we talked about, the positioning of that first stone is very important. Anywhere top of the house is probably better than where it is now. But still the second end, learning the speed of the ice and everything. So Denmark has a chance to get another one in here, put some pressure on Japan.
Rigtig god retning.
4.
Plads. Top 4, yep.
That's a good shot there.
Rigtig godt set. Var den 3-10?
Ja.
Ja. フリーズになっても悪くないと思うけど。
7、8。
OK。
Just battling to control that top 4 area.
よ
Yamaguchi now trying to follow that red rock, just tap it in behind the tee line. Stay in front.
ウェイト OK。ウェイト。8、7、8。
曲げたい、曲げたい。
The tap here creates a little bit of a pocket for them to get the red stones behind the tee line a little. Not bad.
14 秒。ちょっとやっぱ重いところ。Du kan lave garden eller fryset på indersiden af den gule.
Det bedste er vel at komme ned i 12 fod, ikke?
Ja.
Lidt gemt, lidt dækket af den gule. Garden.
Ellers er indersiden af den gule også fint.
Ja. Garden er også okay, ikke? Er det en tredjedel ude i 12?
Her, ja. 15.
Ja.
Er det minus?
Det er minus, ja.
12.
So in
God
mixed
retning,
doubles,
god retning.
you
Rund fart.
are not, you do not have to have a team member stand in the house.
4.
They changed that rule a few years back where you can
Åh.
just aim at, you know, just pick a spot on the ice and aim at it without a person down there and have someone sweeping instead.
Okay.
Sorry.
A little heavy there. Rolled off.
We do see teams do that differently, and sometimes might even mix that up.
これ微妙で。
Sometimes you have a
ステイ
skip.
OK?
うん
Kind of depends on the shot and
ロールはないかなかこれ
who's throwing, who would be the sweeper.
ここに止まってラップするのは微妙だよね、一番。
Some discussion here for Japan about
これはでそうだね
looks like they've opted to try to do a double of some sort. Probably on try to get the one on the button, preferably. You do have to kind of
5番でいい
watch the clock a lot in mixed doubles too, because time can get away from you if you discuss for too long. Then you have to rush down to the hack and throw again.
一応クリーンしといてもらっていい
Just a lot more moving around the sheet than in the four-person play.
Oh, big weight from Yamaguchi. Trying to slash double here. And we'll get it.
Got
Very
one of them,
nicely
yep.
played. Had two options there. Either double gets the back red.
上になったの上になったの
上行けばいいなと思って。危なかったね、逆に。
Well executed there.
おうじゃんと思った
They're happy with
おうじゃん
it.
半分って言ったけど、半分より薄める。ちょっと
Yeah, that's cool.
落ちてるかも。
落ちてる
Still Denmark flying one.
God retning. God retning.
8.
God retning. Ned og frys.
4. 4.
Tryk du til skift.
4.
Rund fart.
4.
Rund fart.
Skal ikke ligge til den dobbelt.
Yep.
Well, hoping to corner freeze that yellow rock top four.
For
Slips
helvede.
past. Is there a double now for
Hvorfor
Japan?
siger du
There is a double there for Japan. Just hit half a stone probably on that, the red one that's more on the forefoot.
じゃあ後ろの
There's
一応ジャ
JD
ンプ
Lin, coach
先が
of
行っちゃうからさ。
Team Japan. We've seen him
後ろジャンプする
quite
か
a
も。
few events now.
黄色でしょ
Both the men's, women's, now mixed doubles. Told us there were 24 teams in the Japanese mixed doubles championship this season.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Hi.
Of course, this duo came out victorious, and
There we
that's
go.
with some stellar play like that from Yamaguchi that got them here.
ナイス
Two doubles back to back for Yama.
ナイス。
Yep. Hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, hi, hi. Yep. Hi. Hi, hi, hi.
Getting all fired up. Tsuyoshi. Here's you don't end up playing a lot of games
Jeg kan bedst lide det, du
at this championship.
samme skud, som
Getting
du
a lot
har
of downtime
Så bomber vi.
between games.
Skal tæt forbi garden.
Yes. Sometimes it's just one game a day, maybe two, but time to explore the city and get your mind off of things. And
You should definitely have enough energy to
Den er
and get psyched for the games you get to play.
5.
God retning.
Lidt længere end før. 5.
Ja. Ja. Yep.
4, 5.
Yep.
trying to come around everything here. Past the yellow, but just a bit too deep.
Yeah.
Godt forsøg.
Hvad får chancen?
Hvad?
Hvad får chancen?
There's Per Svensson, coach for Denmark, looking a bit concerned.
Yeah, Denmark's rock placement just could be a little bit better, just tighten up a little bit. They're not far off, just the rock placement could sharpen up a little bit, kind of avoiding those doubles that they're giving Japan. Fujisawa trying to probably freeze on that back red one. Looks pretty good coming down the ice.
Wait, okay. Touch. Okay, nice. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Nice.
So Denmark has to
Nice reach.
draw for their single.
One setting up pretty nicely for the Danes, but two doubles by Yamaguchi. Made life just a bit harder on the Danes. And the forfeit is open. That's not always the case in mixed doubles.
Sometimes you can't even see the forfeit. So this shot is very similar to the last stone draw that they did in practice.
Should know the spot. Might even have a tiny bit of backing. That rock thrown by Fujisawa.
Plads.
You don't want to be thinking about that backing, overthrow it.
Plads.
If you stay a bit too high for line, you might touch and roll, and that's just what's going to happen, and it's going to roll too far. That will be a steal of 2 for Japan, just a couple feet heavy there. Japan will increase their lead 6-0 after 2.
Skal jeg bringe nu? Jeg tror også 2 nu. Jeg tror også 2 nu. Ja, jeg ved ikke. Det er meget tæt på at lykkes til. Altså ikke for mig, men for dig. Så det startede virkelig godt.
10秒では投げたけどね、ガードにはちゃんとチップぐらいは当たりそうな曲がり。
Så man er nødt til, det skulle være 10, eller det skulle være 15 så.
何秒ぐらい一応よよちょっと早めねちょっと早めね
It is power play action here. Denmark down 6 after 2, thinking let's utilize our power play, try and get ourselves back into it. What does the power play entail?
So the power play, instead of placing the stones in the center of the ice, the team with the hammer can choose when they have the hammer to play the power play, and the rocks get shifted over to the side. And Japan played a really nice tick shot, which you can't hit this early, but you can roll your shooter out, which is just what Japan did. They don't want rocks in play.
Rigtig god retning. Den kommer til at falde for meget.
Yeah, because that's a little bit different to the men's and women's game. You're not even allowed to remove your own stones in the free guard zone in mixed doubles.
But Denmark has replaced the guard. Looks like a good guard there.
Okay.
Pretty defensive play when you are defending against the power play to play that tick shot.
相手16.3
Okay.
Looking to play a little tap on the redstone here. Just tap it back a foot or so. They might be able to lie two.
相手2
This one's starting to move. It's able to hold it past the guard, but almost starting to overcurl the red. Just taps it far enough to like two. Great sweep.
Yes, it was. They were starting to lose line a little bit there too. You have to for sure make sure you're shot after that throw. You don't want Denmark to be sitting one after that if that overcurls.
Skal du ramme den halv på eller sådan noget,
So
ikke?
that was well executed.
Bagkanten er okay. Okay, du er henne.
Så jeg gav her til
Seem
garden.
to be enjoying themselves out there.
Sweeping hard.
0-5.
Well, he's been skipping his own men's team this season. Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi. Maybe doing a bit less sweeping.
Hjem retning.
12.
Hjem.
Det er en garde.
Skips tend to do that, yeah. Just 6 feet. They got to sweep good for 6 feet.
Hjem.
12.
Hjem. Hjem retning. Hjem retning og videre på den. Hjem retning. Og videre på den.
Trying to wrap around the guard here.
Jeg kan ikke høre, hvad du
Martin
siger.
Grönbeck. Rex on the guard instead. Japan still lies two.
Hvad sagde du?
Trying to figure out where to place the third stone to avoid setting
強くなったらいい
any sort of double or possible triple up for Denmark, or giving them backing or something.
13.914秒ぐらいだと思うちょっとタイトめ取ってる
And neither stone really good enough to guard for Japan, so I'll just
Might
be
as well put another one in the house.
right.
いいよちょっと重いとこ通りそう
Okay.
Is this where you throw your
いいよ。
next rock a little heavy so you don't have to sweep coast to coast again?
それはいいよ割とキープしてるキープしてる
Do you ever speculate?
あごめん測れば
Yeah, look, he's done it. He's a little heavy.
Also, the heart is racing a little bit. It's easy to maybe overthrow if your heart's racing a bit.
Yep. Yep, that's definitely a factor. After a big sweep, it's good to take a few deep breaths and try to bring that heart rate down when you have to throw again.
But then the time's ticking away as well.
So many factors.
Players do have thinking time, so not penalized for the shots they choose. Just as soon as they cross that T line out of the hack, and their clock will stop.
Lidt spændende.
But we've seen teams struggle with time a bit already this week. To many teams in the competition, it's a new factor to
Denmark
play with
might
time.
get a little bit of a break here.
Bit of a cheeky move, but even though Denmark sits
Still
one,
wide
it's
open.
exactly
Det var 10.
very much in the open.
ちょっとセンター使ってないよ
Skat.
10半10の方がいいと思うけど
Okay.
It's a second time to Norway for Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi. Played the Oslo Cup many years ago. That event doesn't exist anymore, but it was a huge international tour event hosted in Oslo. And the rink where Team Ulsrud practice every day.
Hvad?
Er det halvt i 12?
Your home club?
Midt 12, tror jeg.
Exactly.
Okay. Ja, undskyld. Ja.
Both these teams were at the Mixed Doubles Worlds last year in Sweden.
Minus.
Japan placing 5th.
Ja.
God retning. Hjem retning.
And they haven't played a lot of mixed doubles this season.
8.
Actually, they've only played one event, and it was the Nationals, where they got a bye. Didn't have to qualify as being the winners of last year.
Ja, videre. Videre.
Didn't qualify with their men's and women's teams, so they figured, well, let's play the mixed doubles instead. One Nationals, now they're here. And they're going to go hard to
Det går stadig.
try and win it, but so many teams in the competition.
Some really good teams here this year, and a lot of teams.
Hvad?
The most ever.
Nej, det var det, jeg sagde. Den var på 5.
48.
Så minus.
It's impressive.
They will be changing that next year, putting it down to 20 teams.
Really a good chance to tighten the screw here on Denmark for Fujisawa.
Nana.
おおおお
Nana.
でもね、ラインは流れちょっと早い。
Nana. Look.
ラインはいいけど。
Nana. Nana. Freeze だね、フリーズ。
Trying to
大丈
tight guard, but it does slide a little deep.
Not a bad spot for Japan.
Kom ind lige på med en 10'er. Så meget god.
Okay.
Either way, Denmark can only score 1 here.
Er det kanten af 4 fod?
Du kan også spille, ja, du kan også spille med 11.
They'll try to just make the double
Det
and
er
stick
fint,
around
jeg
for
er
their
ligeglad.
1.
11.
Okay.
With that brim, maybe they're just tapping it a little bit.
Yeah, no need to remove those yellows from play. Just tap them out of the forfeit.
Tror den falder så meget?
You can see that rock thrown by Fujisawa just slightly in behind that redstone top 12.
Important shot here for Denmark.
Yeah, I really can't afford to give up another end here. Down by 6 already after 2. Power play end didn't quite work out for them. Forced here
Yep.
to score a 1, not an easy shot
Yep.
either.
Go!
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Enough weight here.
Whoa.
Is it too much? Will it curl enough in time? Gets the yellow, but doesn't stick around. And actually, that yellow
Wow.
jams on the side.
Oh.
That's going to be a steal of 4.
4.
Oh, my.
You can see how disappointed she is on that one.
Ja.
4 points for Japan. This is now a 10-0 game after 3
okay.
ends.
Men skat, jeg siger til dig, den er 10.
あれさっきどっちで投げたっけこっちかじゃあこっち
Hvad
あ、オッケー。悪く、あ、ちょっとあるかな。
오,
ちょっとあるよ、
오,
ラインで。
하바 마르.
オッケー。
아,
10ね、
나와요.
10。
화이팅. 오, 오.
悪くないよ。
오. 하바.
하트.
아이요, 라이팅.
8、8、 8、9、9、
10-0. Japan leads Denmark after 3 ends. Well, we do see big scores in mixed doubles curling, and that's what we're playing here at the World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship, Stavanger, Norway. Just Denmark coming out to a rough start, giving up a 4. And obviously you want to try and play some aggressive curling, get some rocks in play.
Tilein.
God retning.
They've just not quite been able to put their own rocks in the right spots.
Vil du ikke godt kun fejlsen er langsom?
Yeah, and we do see a lot of big ends in mixed doubles.
Det er
You
din,
can
god retning.
never give up, honestly, because
God
anything can
retning,
happen.
kun fart. Kun
There's so
fart.
many rocks in
Kun
play.
fart.
Godt spillet.
That's a good freeze there. Japan will just follow them down. Freeze on those other ones.
14.5。
응. 14.05.
Both teams are at 1-1 so far. They both won their first games.
やっていいよ。
はい、もういいよ。
ちょっとあるから。いいよ。
いい、ライオン近いよ。ナイスキック。
7、
ナイスキック。
6、7。 7。 当たるよ。もうちょいあるわ。 14.2。
Creating a little bit of a pocket there.
En mere den her vej.
Well, might this maybe be some of the seniors coming
Cheering
over to
on.
watch? Of course, the World Senior Curling Championship. They're being played just next door, and not even next door. There's no door. Just right behind us. 6 sheets of ice. So it's perfect for spectators to just walk in, walk around, watch curling.
7.
We can actually see all the sheets from where we're sitting.
God retning. Hjælp retning.
Usually the venue has curling, hockey, and speed skating around the rinks.
That is true. Very nice complex here.
Yes, it is.
Hosted the European Curling Championships back in 2013.
Godt spillet.
And then we had the Bs, the European B Championships, where on the same ice where the seniors are now playing this week.
手前でも OK。5でも OK。
That's a very good look at it there. You see the seniors' ice just in.
Right behind us.
Yeah.
ハバ一緒。
OK。
You don't have to go anywhere.
And it's not too cold,
No.
I don't think.
さっきよりちょっとセットないぐらい。
The weather is amazing, so
ウェイト OK。
stay in, watch the ice, and then you can pop out for an ice cream
ちょっと
after.
幅あるよ。ない。幅あるよ。
ウェイトいいよ。
お、幅ある。お。
タワーないから、タワーないから。
So here we are in the game of freeze, 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 and you're definitely shrinking down the rings here for Denmark.
14.5。
Denmark line 1, Japan won't mind being up by 10. They're just trying to make sure Denmark can't score too big.
Det er det samme, eller hvad?
Det optimale vil være at komme lige på indersiden af den gule.
Ja.
Og
The
lige
red rock
skubbe
on the
den
button
ned.
is
Forstår
pretty
du,
much
hvad
in
jeg
jail.
mener? Nej, altså,
So that's good for
den her
Denmark.
vej fra
Jeg tror
sådan.
ikke, at de kombinerer sådan
Probably
en
take at least 2 chances for
Okay,
Japan
det
to
er super.
remove
Lige så
that
tæt
rock.
kan vi garden igen. Ja. Så det samme farve, samme sten. Hellere lidt mere
So
forbi.
probably something of a setup shot here for Denmark. Get another one in there that they can use later on.
Den Den er samme fart, skat.
Okay.
God fart.
God retning.
5.
Åh, plads.
7 bagkant.
Åh,
7.
åh,
Bagkant.
åh.
It's got a little heat on it. It's gonna move something around. Coming down. So they did loosen up their backing.
これさ、こうなっても大丈夫か。
これに当たんのは微妙ね。
うん。
こっち。
A はここ？
Pretty big
ショートな
pocket
し
here
ショ
for
ート
Japan
ショート
to
なし
place a yellow stone and make it
7、8投げるの。
うん。
difficult on Denmark.
A はそこ。
おう。
うん。
こうでもいい。
オッケー。B はこっちね。
うん。
14.5 でいくよこっちも。
うん。相手はずっとこの辺で投げてるんだよね。で、ローテが多い。はい。
いいよ。
はい、ちょっと幅ある。
ウェイトオッケー。
はい、よろしく。お、待って、ちょっと幅ある。お、
いいよ。ウェイトアップいい感じ。
お、もうちょい、もうちょい。
ジャスト。
お、
ジャスト。
お、もうちょい。
ジャストだよ。
もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい、もうちょい。うん、ナイス。
Didn't curl up as much as they wanted, but not a bad outcome.
13.9。
Tror jeg. Den er to.
Tror jeg også.
Vi kan dække begge sider.
Men de kan skyde der, og de kan skyde der. Hvis vi går ind og råder ved det her, så ligger de klart
8
to,
rocks in the
ikke?
4-foot.
Hurtigt.
It's not unusual for mixed doubles.
Skyder på det der, så rører den der 6'er.
Hvis du kommer lige på den her, så kan den der godt rulle lidt den vej, ikke?
Altså samme fartagtigt, nærmest. Er det ikke? Sådan lige for at få den herud.
Så kan de bare så lidt tid til den er her, ikke? Så kan de putte den der ind bagefter.
Ja. Jeg skal tage en beslutning. Det er dæk.
Jeg tror, de får ikke rigtig noget af at ramme den her, vel? Måske ligger vi stadigvæk 2, hvis de går ret den her. Så skal vi ikke garde den herovre, så?
Okay. Så du vil skyde garden derovre?
Jeg garde den herovre, ja.
Okay. Så her. Men har de nok af den til at ramme den?
Ja, men bagværst, ja, det tror jeg.
Okay.
Så får de den bagerst ud, så det er kun en i hvert fald.
Okay, det er næsten ude i kanten.
Okay, godkanten er 12.
Ja. Måske lidt mindre, men ikke meget. God fart, 3.
Okay. Og rent.
3.
God retning. Og rent.
So coming down with the out turn.
Og
Looks like they were trying to guard their shot rock.
Hvor er det irriterende. Den lige falder for meget. Men nu har de vel mindre.
シュートはこっちにしなきゃいけない。
いやこれどっちみちこう行ってもこれ押さないとダメなんだよ多分。
うん。ハックとか。
まあ2点で抑えまあ最悪抜けてこっちにステイしても悪くない。
うん。
やってみよう。じゃあちょっと最初強めっていうかクリーンしとくね。多分重い。
うん。バックラインじゃ弱い。
いやいいと思うけど。最初の石をさ2、3個押せるぐらいの力あればさ。
でもこれシューターがさ真横に残ったらダメなんだよね。シューターって横まで下げなきゃいけないんだよ。
オッケー。ただそんな見えてないね。 バックラインいいんじゃない？
think I heard backline there.
Oh, yeah.
Just coming around, tapping their own yellow onto red.
いいよ。
Olympic bronze medalist Fujisawa.
ちょっとあるよちょっとあるよちょっとあるよはっ
Hack weight, he's saying. Rolled a shooter away, so Denmark doesn't have anything to come off of. They're happy with it.
Du tror ikke, den her nemmere?
Nej, der
That
har du
Red
mindre.
Rocks is
Der var du
surrounded by
Det kan jeg sige, den der også.
Nice.
for not having played a lot of mixed doubles together. They seem to be a good fit.
Ja, det er det, jeg mener.
Hellere ramme,
I
hellere brænde
agree.
på ydersiden.
Men er
Seem
det
to be
bagkanten,
communicating very well.
Lots of communication, that's very important.
Så kan bare skyde 8, og så bare prøve at rulle.
Altså, det kan jeg overhovedet ikke lide. Jeg synes, du rammer den gule.
Sometimes in mixed doubles, it's easy to not communicate if you're on opposite ends of the ice and you are shouting back and forth, but it's really important to make sure you communicate.
Last rock for Denmark.
Lidt ned.
Flying one at the moment. I don't really know if they're
Hvor er vi hen? Hvor er vi hen her?
trying to score more than the single. 'Cause the rocks just can end up as a guard. I guess it was more of a throwaway than anything else. There didn't seem to be a whole lot to do. Denmark scores their first point of the game, however, and it is a 10-1 lead for Japan. As we're now halfway.
Jeg prøvede at give mere is, og det var for meget is.
Men nu er jeg selvfølgelig bare, at det må være skudt meget tid.
Ja, det er også
Skyd meget
det.
væk. Okay. Ja, har ikke så meget lykkes. Men,
Det synes jeg, de spiller bare rigtig godt.
ja, vi starter egentlig okay. I starten der er vi tæt på.
今日はいいっす。ABSD が良かったからいいっす。No problem. Monday night.
Yeah, just do the same.
Går det bra på det? Efter vill du?
It's up to you.
あ、トライしてもいいね。Sure. Now?
Nej. Bare det, ikke? Og så, ja. Og så når de lægger af sidste sten, så lægger de den, så du ikke kan komme ned til den. Altså, og skråt, halv bag guard, Altså. Ikke så meget gør vi. Ja. Kom så. Okay? Nej, nej. Bliv ved med at smile, ikke?
Nå, men så er det jo godt, vi har 7 ender.
First end. Satsuki Fujisawa with a chance to draw and score 4. Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi just keeping that one clean. 4 points on the board. Great start, Japan. In the second end, more trouble for Denmark. Christina Grönbeck with the last draw, drawing to score the single. Just a tiny bit heavy, comes up onto the backing, but rolls a bit too far. Steal of 2 for the Japanese. Are up by 6 after 2 ends of play. Denmark utilizing their power play already in the third end to try and generate a score.
Yep.
Left to be forced to make a double to pick up a point, but again, just the shooter rolls away. The yellow jams, steal of 4, 10-0 lead. Denmark scoring their single in the fourth end, meaning Japan is up 10-1, and we can see the differences on the scoreboard, and we can definitely see the differences in the total percentages as well. Japan just outplaying Denmark through the first 4 ends so far. Taking a look elsewhere, we see Italy up 10-0 on Croatia, Wales 4-1 on France, Canada up 10-0 on Ukraine, Czech Republic up 13-0 on Nigeria, and it's a tight one. China plays Australia, 2-1 lead for the Chinese.
God retning. Kommer til at køre lidt over.
Ja.
Altså, hvad over 18 skal?
3-12.
The teams are back onto the ice for the second half of this World Mixed Doubles Curling Championship future game. Denmark, Japan, 10-1 lead for the Japanese, and we see them call their power play. Start for them to score another 4, or just to control the scoreboard?
Yeah, probably just a scoreboard move here.
でも結局こうだと構わあるよね。
The power play allows you to draw more attention to
そっち入れるか。
the outside of the house versus the middle of the rings.
うん。
I'm hoping to at least just score a point here for Japan.
だってもいいよ。
タイムアウト。
They would call timeout.
タイムアウトタイムアウ
They can't hit that stone.
This might be the first sign of the inexperience for Team Japan when it comes to mixed doubles. It doesn't seem like they've necessarily thought all the scenarios through. So getting JD Lind onto the ice,
ここなら OK だと思うけど。
have a talk about it.
やるとあとウィックをこっち側にするか
So they can draw around the corner guard, freeze their own. They can draw to the other side of the house.
いやそれも悪くないわ相手ここだったらもう縦だもんね長かったら
Split the rings.
Yeah, so you just come around to the yellow, sit there, and then on your next one you can hit, right? So they're gonna throw another guard, and then you just try and run them back. I think, yeah.
OK マージンは
Yeah, well, yeah, or you can come and tap it a little too, right? As long as the line is good. You know, because if you can be 1 and 2, that's best. But yeah, then on your next one you're gonna run it back.
Thank you こっち曲がってるよいいと思う
So they draw under the guard. This is a line
まあそうだねいいと思う
that you don't see as much because you mostly play the outside in draws. So this line might be a little different speed-wise. So you have to pay attention to that
そうだね
as a sweeper and as a
下側に行
thrower.
った方がいいよね
13点。
Could you make a play on the red rock at all?
まあ14秒
You could. I mean, you could kind of split it and roll under, but it's kind of like why if you're just going to hit it on your next shot anyway, most likely.
あ悪くないちょっと押した
Call is probably a bit less automatic, knowing they're up by 9. And sometimes makes it a little bit awkward what to call, how to play it. It's hard to play perfectly defensive in mixed doubles.
Very true.
Sometimes teams will scratch their head just as much when they're up in games as when they're down.
Yep, and especially just
そうだったねごめん
not playing a ton of mixed doubles games for some of these teams. It's a lot of men's and women's curling, so it's definitely a different strategy that just playing games kind of helps you get a little bit more comfortable and get a little bit of a playbook in your mind.
God retning. Og byttes.
Skal jeg bytte?
Jeg kommer. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Denmark throwing up a center guard here.
Så langt du kan. Yep.
Trying to guard their red one a little bit. They've got a piece of it maybe, but Japan will still remove that red stone in the rings.
それか縦狙うかどっちかだね
10秒
10半10半10半10ぐらいな感じ
10
Pretty stellar numbers for Yamaguchi so far, 96% through 4 ends of play. You keep that up.
That's high for mixed doubles too.
You're going to win some games.
Hangs on. Good shot there.
Well, pretty much all in for Denmark here.
Ikke den her, vel?
Kom godt. Ved den.
Yep, they've got to hide their stones.
Well,
Whether it's using those yellows as backing and drawing to them, or drawing around the center guard.
Alt eller intet jo.
ja. Det kan godt gå ned. Altså bare en lille rull på den der, eller bare lige på næsen af den.
Bare lige på næsen. Altså, vi snakker frys, ikke?
Jeg tror, frys er svært på centergarden. Er den det? Nej, måske nok ikke. Okay.
Det tror jeg ikke. Så sigt her.
Ja, okay. Så vi spille med 5-7.
Okay. Det står her.
Ja.
We'll play the freeze tap. That center guard might come into play. You get a lot of finish, as we've seen. Might have to be pretty close to the center guard to get the line right.
Okay, så giv den lidt.
5.
Yep. Yep.
Bagkant.
Whoa, whoa.
Hak.
See if
Whoa.
it comes into play here. And starting to curl away from the guard.
I think she's saying hack weight.
It's a bit more than intended here. This taps out a bit too far and just sits in the open.
Kan det ikke være farvet for?
Kunne være ikke lidt af det andet.
そう多分ジャムか
ジャムギリギリ
ダブルこっちの方がいいか確かにそしたらドローで
Japan deciding if they want to hit and roll to the center or hit and roll
こ
out
れで相手カバー
to the wing.
前払うハッケで狙ってみる
うん
こっちの方がフリーズの対象者になっちゃうよね
それと一緒
10半10こっちはちょっと重いかな
こっちよりはちょっと重たいかもこっちからでいいの
10半10でいくよ
Sometimes it is a little bit of a guess where to put the broom. You're not seeing as many rocks being thrown at you, and so sometimes guessing on the broom is what you have to do. And
3 2
clean.
Yep. Aha, ごめん。
Så er det den her.
Ja.
Er det 10 eller 11?
11.
OK そうだね
ああ、誰だ。こっちの方がちょっと今曲がるわ。
They're having fun.
ちょっと
It's always good.
Yeah,
傾向としてはね
definitely makes
イ
me
ンターンセットに
want to
意識すると
understand
回転が
Japanese.
弱くなる
Seem to be laughing all the time. He must be very funny.
Uvar.
Vær klar.
A bit more stern in the
Vær klar, wow.
on the Danish side. Things aren't going quite right. Just trying to pull a good shot or two at the bag here. Doesn't make the roll and behind the center guard. Does leave it in a slightly awkward spot for Japan though.
Okay, så kan
It
du godt
does,
det der,
yes.
ikke? Men det var sgu også farligt at fejle for meget, fordi så var den bare rullet
They have to throw a little bit more of a down weight,
Det er klar, men
maybe
den
a hack
kan
weight
godt
thing.
sætte den i den guard, skal.
してたらね。
to curl around the guard there and get this red out.
ちょっと重いお
ちょっと重い。
まあ
これだと13.8ぐらい。
OK 多分14.12ぐらいだね2回目だから
おお、see? Yep. Yep. Yep.
ウェット OK
Yep.
Wet good.
Yes.
Wet good.
Right side. Yep.
Wet good.
Yep.
Wow, that one moved like crazy. Good
Wow.
sweep there.
And I'll
That was moving hard. Good line reading, good sweeping. Now the Denmark team has to draw the house, draw the button. Well, draw the 8-foot, I
当たっ
guess.
たと思って今
It's usually how it is, at least on my team too. Joe's huffing and puffing, and I'm just like, yeah, here I am. You can do all the sweeping, thanks.
Japan now lies 4. One last chance for Denmark to find some proper cover, use that center guard
Den er 8.
they put up earlier.
Retning.
4.
Byt, hvis du skal gå retning.
Kind of a long center guard, no need to come too deep, but just needs to get shot rock.
Kom nu.
Do they have the weight?
Kom nu.
Line's looking really good here for the Danes, trying to drag this far enough for a piece of the 8-foot, but will just pull up short.
A little short.
Japan sits
Sitting.
1.
Yeah.
I think they'll just look to draw for their second point here. 2 is good enough. Already up by 9. It's a good attempt. Just had to be on the sweep a tad earlier.
But you're happy scoring 2 with your power play.
エッジぐらいでいい内側の。
14秒ぐらいハーフ挟んでるから少し使ってる時間はなかったね
Just had that one first draw that came a bit deep. Fujisawa. Apart from that, she's been
でも押してはいない。
pretty spot on. Get a little bit of room to work with here. Just need a nibble of the 8-foot. Score the 2. Fujisawa coming out to help even. As this one will settle nicely. On the side of the button, 2 points for Japan. 12-1 the score. After 5 ends played here in Sørmarka Arena.
Jo.
Ej, det værste er også, at når man slider ud, at man så kan se sig selv på det der, hvor vi er nu.
Vi skal huske, vi er ikke matematisk ude nu.
Nej, men mentalt er jeg ude.
The score. It's fair to say Denmark has a bit of work to do. Or is it just more about finishing on a high note here, play a good end before you call it a day?
あんまり変わってはない。
With the schedule, I think you'll take the ice time you can get.
Skift.
Love to play a good end here, Denmark, and feel a bit better about the next game coming up.
Definitely. Full sweep for that one. A little light, but not a bad position. Japan will probably just try to draw and freeze on their own yellow. Nice weight.
Godt spil den stille og roligt. Okay. 8.
Denmark having to run this center guard in.
Yep. Wow. 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 Videre på den. Videre på den.
Got a corner guard out of it.
Gerne bare videre på den, når jeg siger det. Du må godt.
Japan quite happy to hit anything that's red.
Okay.
Well executed there.
Er det sådan? Men det er ned mod den her.
Ja.
Er det 8?
Denmark has to open up the scoring zone.
Ja, det er ikke rigtigt.
Getting a good
Op og
workout
ned, bare.
Yamaguchi trying to sweep for 2. Usually swept alongside either Kosuke Morozumi or Tetsuro Shimizu on the men's team. You never know, we might see them sweep together again in the future. Going the other way this time, Martin Grönbeck. Trying to rip some yellows, gets them all moving again, but they all stick around still. Jams on the back red. Does open it up though.
Looks a little better.
中途半端にロールは嫌だね。できればセンターまで出していきたいね。
I
think we failed to mention there's indoor climbing as well
Hvis de skyder på den der røde der,
in this arena.
kan du så ikke bare lave...
Looks fun.
Care to give it a try in between games?
I will if you will.
All right. Well, Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi will be looking to climb the standings with a win here on Denmark. Nice hit to lie 4.
Det er faktisk den retning, du havde før, fordi vi skal jo gå sådan her. Er det det?
Hvad gør det?
Waving the Japanese flag.
9半ぐらいだと思う。
9半？
9前半。
いや、あとリリースが割
I
と
believe
ト
it's
ップにしたけど、
Fujisama's father is the skip of the senior men's team.
あそこのロールが嫌だなって俺の中で思ったところに行っちゃった。
Be fun to be at a World Championships with your parent, or your daughter, or your son.
Just playing next door. You get to go watch in your spare time.
God retning.
4,
God retning.
8,
Plads.
4.
God retning. Ind ned på.
So looking to dead freeze the yellow here on the back 4. Line's looking pretty good. Just need to carry it there. Maybe just left it a bit too long. Still a nuisance.
Looks like it's second shot right now.
普通にピールでもいいしね。
Japan will just remove it.
半。
Så det er der så meget fejlspor.
Trying to hit it past their back yellow on the back button.
Men hvis jeg skal spille den, så skal jeg i hvert fald have 0-0.
Vet du hva?
Stopp.
Okay.
Throwing some weight at this one.
Three. Ah.
And they're surprised by that. Must have fell out a little bit.
They thought they had it. Yamaguchi felt pretty confident that rock was going to fly. It's drilling clean, clean.
Good shot. Oh.
Yamaguchi figures they have it, but no. So, first real chance for Denmark to put a multiple score on the board. Make the double on the yellows.
Yep.
Stick the shooter. 2 points. Which would be a well-needed consolation prize here. End on a high note. This one might be over curling for Denmark. Just gets the one, actually removes their own red. Very unfortunate to do so, and Japan will steal another 3. That doesn't improve the scoreline much, but this game was pretty much over after 3 ends. Japan with a very strong performance. 15-1. Final score.
ああ、やだ。ああ、恥ずかしい。ああ、恥ずかしい。そんなに。
Fourth end. Denmark lying 1. And they score 1. Wasn't really much left for Denmark to go for, but for Satsuki Fujisawa, she has the chance to draw and score 2 in their power play end. Keep control of the game. 2 points on the board for sure. 12-1 after 5 ends of play. In the 6th end, Denmark and Christina Grönbeck with a good chance to finish on a high note. Played a double, scored 2, but over curls, unlucky to catch her own rock. Japan steals 3 to make the final score 15-1.
ああ、やだ。ああ、恥ずかしい。ああ、恥ずかしい。
Taking a look elsewhere, we see Italy beating Croatia 14-3. Wales is currently up 8-2 on France. Canada picking up a win on Ukraine 18-0. Czech Republic beating Nigeria 20-0. And China is currently playing Australia. It's a 4-2 game so far after 6 ends of play. Of course, our game ended as well. Our featured game, Japan-Denmark, with a 15-1 win for Team Japan. We're currently waiting to get a word in with the winning side. They seemed very cheerful during the game. I'm sure they're happy to have picked up another win here in Stavanger. And as this mixed double session starts coming to a close, a new session for the seniors starts at the other side of the arena. So curling's going on all the time in here for the spectators to jump across, catch some action there as well. I believe we have Team Japan with Tabitha Peterson.
Congratulations, you guys. Good win. Tell me about how important it was for you to come out strong the first half of that game.
We're really focused from pre-practice, LSD, and the first half of the game, so it was good for us.
And what do you like best about mixed doubles compared to your men's and women's? What makes mixed doubles unique and more fun, or how do you like it?
Mixed doubles, it is a little bit difficult for us to communicate. We are only 2 people, but he has good, strong shot. It is good for me. It's really, it's very fun, the game to play for me.
Congratulations and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Always fun to watch Team Japan. I'm sure we'll see more of them later on in the week. Looking strong, might make the playoffs. And the podium for us here. It concludes the session, but more curling is up next from Stavanger. Stay tuned for the rest of the day, rest of the week.
Ah, やだ。あー、恥ずかしい。あー、恥ずかしい。